Hey guys, what's up? Greg here. Welcome to version B of the Game of Thrones Oreo review. I don't know how or why I do know why I'm doing this. I'm doing this for views. That's a straight God's honest truth, because why else would I have a cookie on that is an Oreo for a show I don't even watch, nor care to watch, nor would ever want to watch. In fact, I don't even know what I'm going to say about this show for 3 minutes to try to pretend like I want to see any of these cookies, any of this show. Ugh. Hey man, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Nothing? Get over here and help me, I'm drowning. Do you know anything about Game of Thrones?
No.
Well, look at these cookies. I'll fake enthusiasm for this guy for a minute.
Alright.
Look at all these Game of Thrones cookies.
Wonderful.
Yes. Can you believe how lucky I was?
Yeah, what a cool package.
It's amazing, and you know, I just can't even fake it. We're doing this for views. We want you to watch. And we don't really, I don't know why, because people are doing it. I'm given to understand these are worth money. And so here's what you get here. We're going to open them and you see it. I don't really want to see a show about people effing relatives or dragons. I've got like a rule. There's like 3 rules for me in a show.
What are they?
Rule number 1, it's a strike 1 if you don't have these things. Can somebody in the show, if they're in trouble, pick up their cell phone and call someone? No.
No. No.
Rule number 2, does someone in the episode wear sandals, and are there any Nikes? If you've got a yes and a no, that's strike 2. I don't want to see anything. Usually sandal movies involve pyramids. I don't like those. I don't even like Westerns. If you say, hey, do you want to see something in the 1800s? Hell no. Why do I want to see that?
You don't like Westerns?
Like In the Existence of Man, 3 Westerns. One of
Django.
them, Young Guns 2. So I don't even know if you call those Westerns.
I don't know.
Then you take it back another, ever how many years this is, Game of Thrones, 1 billion years or something. I don't know. And then, like, strike 3, dragons. I have no show. Do you give me one show in the history of man, one television show or movie that you enjoyed that had dragons in it?
Oh, Lord of the Rings doesn't have a dragon in it?
Yeah, but he's Sherlock Holmes.
What? Okay.
The dragon is Sherlock Holmes. Did you not ever notice that?
Oh,
you don't watch Sherlock Holmes?
No, I don't.
Well, here's what's funny. I like The Hobbit because it is really just Sherlock Holmes.
Alright.
The Hobbit is Watson, if you've ever watched the show. He really is.
This is an incredible comparison you're making.
It's an incredible coincidence that The Hobbit happens to be Watson and the dragon happens to be Holmes.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a coincidence. That was Sherlock Holmes. He had taken some acid because he uses some extraordinary methods to solve crimes.
Oh, I bet.
And he had imagined the whole thing. That's how I can watch The Hobbit, is through that lens.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's just right there in his study.
Just tripping.
Just tripping. I really think you would like that version of Sherlock Holmes. That is a version out there. But Game of Thrones, the best I know, you got that guy wearing a sailor's cap that looks like the dude from Dianetics got fat and old. And he's writing these things. I don't know why he's always wearing it. What's his name? He's like the guy that did the Beatles, isn't he?
Yeah, you're thinking of the right person, I think.
Yeah, George Martin.
That's right.
From the Beatles.
From the Beatles, yeah.
Wrote this thing about dragons, and we got some cookies from it. And now we're going to give you even more of a close-up to justify you being here to see this, and then we're going to eat some of them. Close-up. Well, look at this. Some close-up footage they didn't get in the last video. Yeah, why give the actual good close-up footage to the people that enjoy the show? Why not give it to the people that don't care? That seems like a good game plan, Greg. And why not put it at the middle of the video when no one's going to see it? Why not put it at the beginning when maybe people that would be interested would stick around? That's probably why, you've never really made it as a food reviewer. You're not a big thinker, Greg. Now then, I'm going to go in depth on these cookies in a moment. Let's just enjoy them for what they are on the package for now. Let's see, we got guy's head, tonguey lion, angry wolf thing, and maybe dragon coin. I believe that's the names of the houses for the Game of Thrones. Could be wrong. I'll do a little close-up of the actual cookies and see how they compare in a minute. Maybe I'll get the names right then. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just replay that part from the last video because I'm lazy. First, we start with the White Walkers. Ooh, look at that. Amazing. Next up, the House of Lannister.
How lifelike. Next. Shit, I don't know how to say that. The House of Targaryen. I'll take 3 takes. One of them will be right. House of Targaryen. House of Targaryen. House of Targaryen. Yeah! Last but not least, House of Stark.
Finally, a Marvel reference. I knew this show would get better sometime.
What? Oh, of course I was kidding. I mean, surely that's not a relative of Tony Stark.
No BS, man. Right now on eBay, these things are selling for like $120 a case.
Whoa.
There are people selling these things.
Oh,
like,
okay, I didn't know that.
Like 2 of these, they're going for like $30, $40 right now on eBay.
Dang.
I would never sell something like this on eBay
not.
for that price. It would always be lower. If I was to sell something on eBay, which I'm not, it would probably be, you know, we'd probably have to have like a channel name or a like Mr. Happy 012 eBay page, something.
Yeah, something like that.
And if I were to sell something like that, if it was to ever happen, I'd probably, if somebody sent me a note, give people that watch 10% off. Like, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to keep these because I'm a big fan of the show. Cheap bastards couldn't even come up with a new flavor. They couldn't even like make the middle of it gray.
Or red.
Yeah,
Something.
red. They're the red.
Dragons, fire.
They had
blood.
something day, red show, red carpet, something.
Something.
There was red. Yeah, or, you know, they could make it poo-poo brown because another problem I have with them shows, they always look immaculate, but, you know, they didn't have any plumbing. They didn't have any way to bathe.
That's true.
Those people, how were they grooming themselves?
I don't know.
That's another problem I have with these shows. Buy one. Back then, to eat an Oreo would have killed them. They didn't own toothbrushes.
There's some movie that I heard of where, like, the actors, like, really took it to heart and they didn't, like, it was like a type movie and they didn't shower or anything while and they let themselves get all rough looking.
I want to say that either Ringo Starr or his wife, maybe his wife, because Ringo Starr made a horrible movie called Caveman, but I think maybe his wife was involved in this.
Oh, really? Okay.
What grade do you give the Game of Thrones Oreo?
An 89. It's pretty much just an Oreo.
I'm going to give it a 92.
92.
But 0.1% less than we gave it on the review A, because on that review, we were working under the assumption that I enjoyed Game of Thrones and knew things about it, and so my excitement level brought the cookie up that much.
I could tell.
Kind of like they recently did time travel. Do you know this?
No.
We did. The world has now experienced time travel. I swear you can look it up when we're done here.
I'll look it up.
Do you know how far they traveled?
Probably like a nanosecond or something like that.
1/4 of a second into the past.
Wow.
Still.
That's still time travel.
Scary as hell.
Yeah.
If you could work that out, you could do a lot of damage with a cell phone and a 1-minute lead on people, if you think about it.
Yeah, you're right.
So, yeah, time travel. That's great. That would be better. That's what we need. I would like to have the time travel Oreo so I could go back in time and probably buy more of these crappy Oreos because I didn't realize when I bought them how much they were going for on eBay.
See, I heard somewhere that it's only possible to go forwards in time, but I guess that was BS.
I don't understand. I've heard that too, and I don't know. I don't get the argument.
I don't get it either. I don't understand anything about time, so I really don't have like the context to.
Having to guess, I guess, just guessing. It's harder to swim upstream than down, and time's going forward. Maybe that's why it's easier. I don't know. I don't know. All right, I'm sweating like a madman. It's what, March? April? It's April in Arkansas at 6 a.m., and I am sweating because it is 69 degrees in the house.
Yeah.
We like to keep it a brisk 64 here year-round. All right. Well, you know what? If it was Game of Thrones times, they didn't have heating or air conditioning.
That's right.
So they were either freezing or stinking hot. But yet, I'm sure they all look wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Just immaculate. Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
If I could squeeze a third review out of this, I would. But that's all I got. Here's a question for you guys. If you're still here, do you know anyone sincerely that watches this show? Not somebody that's seen it.
Oh, I do.
Okay, how many, out of a big circle of friends, how many people do you know that are just like diehard Game of Thrones fans? 20.
One.
Okay, well, I mean...
I know one person that I'm friends with who watches it and knows, like, a lot about it. That's about it.
And you're not even going to be like, yeah, he's got, like, robes and he plays.
No, he's not that into it. Yeah.
I have people on my periphery that I'm aware of that watch it. But I don't know anyone personally that is a huge fan. And it's kind of weird to me that a show that is so big, I don't meet any fans of it. I don't know. I'm sure we'll hear from a few now.
Bet we will.
Awesome. Until next time, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can find us on all social media. Mr. Happy 0121.
Stay vigilant.
Dragon stuff. Ties it in. And for the videos that I had edited to go out today that are now going to be pushed back yet another day, maybe I'll tie them into Game of Thrones somehow.
It's a good idea.
I'll just wave the cookies through an edit and go, Game of Thrones. Then it will be the Game of Thrones nacho taco.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.